Dallas versus the Bootleggers Southwest Louisiana Underclassmen team, who defeated the Route Demons 41-21 in the semifinals. Team Grind, hey, they beat a familiar foe themselves. Team Grind's white team, 27-2 in the semifinals. Ben Spicer here, joined by Mark Henry. Texas versus Louisiana. It doesn't get much better than this, Mark.
This is what we've been all waiting for here. The two best teams that came and rise to the top. Beautiful weather here Sunday as we have a prelude to the Super Bowl, and we got a Super Bowl of our own here. Texas versus Louisiana, some of the top prospects in the game.
Yeah, I'm looking at these rosters for both teams, and you're just seeing some absolutely great players, great prospects that we're going to be hearing from on Saturdays, maybe even Sundays, Mark. These are a lot of talented kids, and you could tell just by looking at both of these groups that this is going to be a fun one.
Absolutely. You got some of the best coaches here as well. Coach D. Will, Coach Danny, Coach Fuse. They do a great job of getting these kids the exposure and the love they get. And shout out to my guy, Stephon Boogie Johnson's in the house for the championship. Gave me the chunk of deuces up here a few minutes ago on his way to Oklahoma State. He's here to take in the championship game, man. It's about to be a burn, and I think it's going to be closer than the experts think. We got some picks that, in between us, just for fun. I'm going to say I need this win.
Oh, okay. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit? We both kind of struggled.
We have struggled, but we came out on top with that last one. Shout out to the 15U championship going to Texas Epic, led by Carter Lynn, the South Lake Carroll quarterback. But I think defense is going to be the key here. And Team Grind has one of the best defenses that I've seen so far this year.
I know we were talking to Coach Law with Team Grind as we're underway here. Antonio Mesa, the quarterback for the Bootleggers. He's actually a Texas kid. He comes across the middle looking to get it to Harvey Broussard III, but it's incomplete. We were talking with Coach Law of Team Grind, and he was saying, I think it's going to be Team Grind against Team Grind in the championship, and he would have been right, perhaps, if they were on opposite sides of the bracket.
Absolutely, green versus white. We've been talking about these guys since the weekend began on Friday night. On the DR roundtable, this is an anticipated matchup. We kind of had this one, on our calendars already, the two best teams coming out on top.
And those beautiful barbershop jerseys from the Bootleggers. Mesa now on second down, coming across the middle. Catch is made by Alex Beard, and that makes this third down situation a little more manageable, Mark.
I've seen Beard the whole weekend, and he is a nightmare matchup in the slot. Great hands, and he backs it up. He's got a lot of swagger to him. I like his game. And Coach Fuse and I were talking about him earlier this morning as the bracket play began. He's underrated. Keep an eye on this guy. Number 13 for the Bootleggers on offense. He sees the ball a lot.
These third down and short plays are so crucial, especially considering in DR7, if the defense makes a stop, it's awarded with 2 points. So something to keep an eye on, as Mesa has 3 receivers to his right and 2 to the left side on this third down play. Gunning one outside in coverage for Team Grind was Abdul Muhammad, and we've got a late flag coming in. Looks like they caught Muhammad on the hold that time.
Now, if you recognize some of these names on the Team Grind defense, this is a South Oak Clip defender, Abdul Muhammad, coming off a state championship. Also, Malik Muhammad coming off a state championship. On the offensive side, you got one of the top sophomores, not just in Texas, in the country at receiver, Jamari Cawley, Antonio Hall, who stepped up, Jalen Hampton from Lancaster High School, who, in my opinion, is one of the underrated defensive backs. Number 11, you'll see him out at the boundary corner. Great feet. Also, Antonio Hall had a big pool play at safety, 3 interceptions on the day yesterday.
Mesa takes the snap as he looks across the middle, shows off his arm strength for the touchdown toss. And we get a little celebration. Jeter would like that one. No gritty from the Louisiana kids. He said the Louisiana kids are the only ones who can get away with that still.
Well, Jeter's the man of his word, man. Shout out to Jeter, Dallas, Texas, man. He's one of the guys on the media team. And the Team Grind guys got a game here. I think they saw each other yesterday. So this could be a prelude to a great game here. You can see Coach D. Will down on the other end getting the offense ready. But, big catches. You saw strong hands to come in with it in traffic.
Looking to catch the number. That was number 5 on the touchdown grab. There's several number 5s on the roster. I believe that was David Jernett. So Mesa going for the 2-point try. Has a man open in the back of the end zone and has the 2-point conversion. The Bootleggers off to an 8-0 start as the catch was made by Broussard. This is a Bootleggers team who went 1-3 yesterday, Mark.
Well, that's why they play the game, Ben. You come in, you live for another day. Championship day is win or go home. They want to go back to the boot with a championship. Right now, the favorite in everybody's mind, Team Grind, is down.
Edward Griffin, the signal caller for Team Grind out of Capel High School here in Dallas.
Freshman.
Has a catch made to Ty Eric Martin from Lancaster, and Mr. Martin has some burners.
We're talking about a guy that's phone booth quick. He's got oily hips. This guy can stop and start quickly. This is what you want to see out of a guy in the slot. Be careful of getting that guy uncovered underneath. But Griffin is a true freshman out of Capel High School, big arm.
And he's looking long here, trying to potentially even things up. And Jabiri Cawley out of SOC with the tutty. And he got a flag for the celebration, I believe.
This is a guy that's got next-level potential already. He's in the class of 2024. As you can look at the body type, he's physical at the line. You're not going to bump and run this guy. You may have to put a safety over top because he likes to go deep, and he'll let you know about it.
So 8-6 now, the score.
They take away the extra point there
for the celebration penalty. And you could celebrate a little bit, but I think they might have gotten him for taunting. So we're trying to sort things out. So 8-6 your score as it's back to the Bootleggers offense as they looked efficient on their first series. Here in the first half, 2 15-minute halves here in DR7. Mesa looking left, has his man there, catch is made. As coming in late was Hampton, trying to break that one up, but couldn't separate the ball from that Bootlegger receiver. Looks like that's number 1, Kentrell Pregine. Again, hard to see those numbers on the roster, so we apologize for that.
We got a stoppage in play for an injured player on the reception.
And he was the one who had made the catch. So that will stop the game clock here. And
all right, let's they stopping the clock. What?
you see the touchdown here on the replay from Team Grind that made it 8-6. Correction, that was John Michael Groh who had made that reception and then got a little shaken up. He's back up on his feet. We hope he's okay. As here's Mesa on first down. Alex Beard has the catch, but 4 seconds the call.
Again, I talked about Beard being a matchup nightmare underneath. He got open a little bit late after the 4-second clock expired, but this is maybe a sign of things to come. Beard's been making his money all weekend underneath. Very shifty, can get in and out of his breaks quick, and he has great hands.
A lot of these kids out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Of course, the quarterback, Antonio Mesa from San Antonio, was on this Bootleggers team last year. Played with some great kids. Of course, the Bootleggers, one of the top organizations in 7-on-7 football, as we see Mesa almost linking up in the back of the end zone with his receiver.
Great
falls
play
incomplete.
By the defender there on that one, Ben. Number 10 to Derek Brown out of Duncanville High School. Again, if you recognize some of these games on Team Grind, Lancaster, Duncanville, Lake Highlands, Midlothian Heritage, Red Oak. They even have an 8th grader. When he gets on the field, he may be the fastest kid here. We're talking about Braden Robertson from Red Oak Middle School. Number 18, watching.
Also got Nolan Catholic in the house, too. This is a very strong DFW Team Grind offense and defense. as Mesa to throw. Comes across the middle, and there's your guy, Alex Beard, with another big-time catch as he just crosses over the first down yardage to gain line.
Hey, Beard is making his cuts today. He is doing his thing. This is the guy I'm telling you that you need to really know.
Was that a barbershop jersey
That
pun?
was a little barbershop joke. You
Okay.
know. We got to keep you faded here on the DR7 network, man.
See, I was saving that one. We might see that situation here as we're in the red zone now, inside the 10 for Mesa. He certainly got some big body receivers who can climb up and come down with the fade route.
This is a great matchup. I love how both teams have come out. I love the energy as well.
So Mesa on first down. Looking left, now comes to his second read, slings it in there, and incomplete.
This grind defense has been very, very stingy all weekend. We'll talk about some of the guys here that we have talked about, highlighted by one of the top corners in the country, and Malik Muhammad from South Oak Cliff. You got Vernon Grant III from Duncanville, Dylan Turner, to Derek Martin, Kadavian Dotson from Duncanville, a highly rated corner. This defense is stacked.
7 minutes remaining here in the first half. I was impressed by Mesa to just be able to fit that one in such a tight window. Had two defenders in the area.
The grind defense is not giving them that much. Got to delay a game call.
So delay of game will push them back to around the 15-yard line, 5-yard penalty. Making things a little more difficult here to try and execute. Of course, you get 3 downs inside the red zone. You can pick up a first down at the 25 and 10-yard line in the DR7 circuit. So Mesa, after the violation, out to throw, trying to connect with Beard, and Beard hauls it in. How about that, Mark Henry? Alex Beard letting them know.
Well, Beard's proven that he can't be shaved down. You got to have what you got to take to. Man, this guy, I'm telling you, is a route technician. As you look here on the replay, he goes to the out, gets square, and gets his body and legs down and makes the reception. You can't beat that on any given Sunday, anywhere in the country.
How about the throw from Mesa on top of that? Coach Fuse down there getting the troops fired up. After a slow start in pool play, they're on top here over Team Grind, going for 2.
As you can notice by my excitement, I'm very impressed with Beard all weekend. Look at him slipping
Mesa
underneath.
Has to get rid of it, comes back to Beard. Did he get it off in time? There is a penalty on the field, too.
Stepped over the line.
And they'll say that Mesa went over the line of scrimmage on the throw.
Again, the Bootleggers coming out with a high-octane offense. They're really getting in motion here. And Beard's he's in the running for MVP, in my opinion, right now.
He's played quite a game. It's back to that Grind offense, Team Grind White, who scored 101 points yesterday as a team in pool play. That's 4 games. Deep ball on the way, and a catch made right in the breadbasket. That was a throw out to Jarmarian Woods from Mesquite.
Woods is a speed guy as well. With under 5 minutes left, Team Grind on the march. But Jamarian Woods is one of the fastest guys on this team as well. Big speed guy coming out of the Mesquite area. He's a name to be recognized as well. Now, if you watch here, being number 0 to Derek Martin in the slot right there. He's got a matchup there, got a linebacker on him. Look in the slot there, as Griffin might have him as an option there.
You can't see him on your screen, but lined up to the left side of the formation. Cauley also over there, that jump ball specialist. Instead, they're going to go to the right side, and wow, that was a nicely timed throw as he tried that back shoulder toss, trying to get it out to Deontay Dean, but it falls incomplete. 14-6 your score, so Team Grind could tie things up here as we're under 5 minutes in the first half with a touchdown and a 2-point try.
Again, very impressed with both of these teams, how they come out very aggressive, and they come out with an intention to score. 7-7, you got to score on just about every possession if you want to come out on top.
Griffin goes with the underneath route to Martin, and you see there Just a slight example of what Martin brings to the table. I'm sure he's going to have the coaching staff at Lancaster very excited. That offensive coordinator at Lancaster High School is going to have a lot of options with
Well,
Martin.
you're talking about a guy that's very twitchy, short and compact, but a guy that's phone booth quick in space. You can't get a hand on him. He's going to blow right by you. You can see by the catch there.
Bunch formation to the near side. They'll send a man in motion. That's Woods. Looking to the back of the end zone. Did he get the toe down? Touchdown. Catch made by Cauley. And now we've got some extracurricular activity in the back of the end zone. 2-point try could potentially tie things up. Cauley making a big-time catch in the back of the end zone. Here you see on the replay. Got the foot down. Cauley making another touchdown catch. And then the push afterwards, and that's what started everything.
Great.
We are back here, the 18U Championship for the kickoff in Texas from Plano. Team Grind trying to even the score here. This is under 2 minutes to go in the first half. And they'll go towards the back of the end zone. Martin, the closest man to the ball. There is a flag on the near side as well, holding against the Bootleggers. Ben Spicer, Mark Henry, we appreciate your patience and everyone tuning in here to the 18U Championship at the DR7 kickoff in Texas. Team Grind will get another try after that penalty. They can even the score here with under 2 minutes to go in the first half. 14-12 is what the score currently reads.
So we get another attempt in the holding call.
Griffin rolling out to his left. And it's intercepted. No points awarded for the interception as the pick made by the Bootleggers. Again, hard to see the back of those jerseys, so we apologize. Looks like that was number 1, Kentrell Pregine. So the score stands at 14-12, and Antonio Mesa, the Bootleggers gunslinger, will have some time to work with here before the break.
Great interception there. Doesn't result in points, but you can see that he drove on the ball and covered up the receiver at the last minute.
Mesa has led 2 fine touchdown drives. He's going for it all on the first play here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Team Grind's Jalen Hampton.
Jalen Hampton is one of the defensive backs, class of 2023 from Lancaster High School that you might need to know. I've been watching him all weekend. We're talking about a guy that has good footwork, gets in his back pedal very easily. As you can see, he was stalking the receiver, picked him up midway down the seam, and comes up with the big interception. Those are points.
And points that put Team Grind on top now, 15-14.
As you can see on the replay, he tracked the ball very well.
So we are headed to the halftime break. Team Grind, after that interception from Hampton, goes on top here 15-14. And we'll step out and take a quick commercial break.
Looks like we got a timeout right before the half. About 5 seconds left. Team Grind will get another offensive possession here on the interception. Now, the young man that I talked about earlier is in the 8th grade, number 18. He's a burner. We're talking about a guy that runs a 10-900.
And that's who will get the ball. We'll see what he's able to come up with here. You can't block, so he kind of just has to outrun everyone. And he's tagged and brought down just before he gets to the 30-yard line. Had to retreat a little bit. So that will bring us to the end of the first half. That's had a little bit of everything as this Team Grind leading here at the break 15-14. Now we will step out and take a break.
Every day that we go through this process, you know, from week to week, we figure out what it takes to really build an elite brand. I didn't know this at the time when God began to reveal that name to us, and it takes dedication. And, you know, it takes dedication to get up here, and it's 40 degrees in the morning. You see our staff, they're getting out of their beds, they're leaving their families, and they come in here to serve. It's about serving people. And that always comes with respect. So, you know, when you guys see us out there and you see DR7, DR Sports, understand what's behind the veil. It's not about the individual. It's not about the event. It's about serving the people. And the people are the players, the coaches, the parents, the aunties, the grandpas, the grandmas, everybody that comes. I want you guys to know when you come to a DR7 event, our media team, our check-in team, our concession team, our apparel team, and of course, DJ T Fresh and our field managers and our referees, we're all about being dedicated to you and respecting the sacrifice you made. So let's work together, be great teammates, and kick it and really kill it. Remember this, we play football.
Courtesy of Jakelin Hampton. And so they lead 15-14, and we'll get the ball to start things off here in the second half. Ben Spicer, Mark Henry coming your way here on the DR7 live stream. We appreciate everyone tuning in, supporting our stream. Make sure you share it with your friends and family. Drop us a line on Twitter. Let us know what you think. As Team Grind in the white uniforms, the Bootleggers in the blue and red barbershop black unis. As we've got a deep ball and a wide open receiver. Can he get into the end zone? He'll be stopped just short. But impressive play. Edward Griffin dialing it up to Jamarian Woods.
Again, Jamarian Woods is a speed guy out of Mesquite, Texas. You know, we're talking about a guy that can get deep and take it to the house. He was just an inch from getting in the end zone. A great ball by Griffin, as you can see the touch on the replay. And Woods stretched the field and almost got into pay dirt.
Griffin, I think, is a kid whose stock is definitely rising. He's had an incredible tournament as Martin tried to leap up and catch that one with one hand, but just went over his head.
Well, Griffin has grown up. You know, I heard rumblings about him on the DR Roundtable Friday night. You know, as a freshman from Coppell, Texas. You know, we're talking about a guy that sees the field well, strong arm, makes quick decisions, and you know, he's throwing his receivers open. That's a lost art at the quarterback position.
15-14 is the score, as we've got a second down now coming from the 4-yard line. Team Grind can add to their advantage here with the score. Over the middle, and wow. Sharp run around and a touchdown for Team Grind's Braden Roberson.
Hey, he's a 8th grader, if that means anything to you. He can fly. We come out a guy that runs a 10-900 and a 22-9 and a 200. I had a chance to talk with him earlier today. As you can see, breaking open. I spoke about him when we started. He's a guy that you'll get to know. If you love high school football in Texas, get to know this young man.
Out of Red Oak Middle School.
Headed to Red Oak High School.
And you saw his world-class speed there on that instant replay. Outstanding
Braden's
job.
probably the fastest guy in the tournament. I mean, it's proven there. You can see the separation that he got from the defender. You know, the defensive back is lined up on him now. You can see him spotlighted right next to Griffin.
So touchdown makes it 21-14. Grind will go for one as they have it intercepted on the point after. Now, again, you don't get any points for an interception on a point after touchdown. So that will keep the score at 21-14 in favor of Team Grind, but still a one-possession game, as it'll be Antonio Mesa trying to tie, and given what the Bootleggers have done on their last 2 touchdowns, potentially take the lead with a 2-point try.
Well, the defensive back got a great interception there, even though it doesn't count. But just talk about the length and the closing ability there that he showed, and the Bootleggers on offense again.
Mesa on first down has Alex Beard as he takes the quick pass and picks up 5 yards on first down.
I know I'm beating it like a drum, Spice, but again, Beard is open like 7-Eleven. He doesn't close. So this guy is must-see TV. Get to know him. His stock has risen as well this weekend.
Right around 11 minutes to play now as the Bootleggers try and rally now. They led all of the first half until the final possession. That pass is complete to Harvey Broussard III. Another one of those bootleggers receivers. Seems like they always have guys with great size, great frames, and not only are they big-bodied, but they can run well and make the catch not only on the deep ball, but on those intermediate routes too.
Absolutely. Shout out to Coach Fuse that does a great job with that program over in Louisiana and getting these kids that exposure that they need and bringing them to the table over here at DR7.
Third down, though, here for Mesa as he's looking Beard's direction. Now he'll come across the middle, and the catch is made for the first down as coming up with that grab for the bootleggers. Looks like that was Broussard again. Harvey Broussard III.
Well, I had a chance to see Team Grind's defense a couple times in pool play, and this is the most that they've been challenged. Really, they were above, just a step ahead of the offenses on yesterday, and they're sharpening things up today. But, the bootleggers will seem to be exposing little holes in there. I mean, this was a defense that didn't give up very many points on Saturday. So this is what you want here in the championship game, to be on all cylinders.
Broussard out of St. Martinville, a three-star receiver in the class of 23, as Mesa comes with another touchdown, this time Frederick Moore on the receiving end.
Great ball there. As you can see, he threaded the needle. He put it in small spaces where the defensive backs can't get it. It looks like we got a couple of guys down that kind of ran into each other, and we got a timeout there by the referees for injury.
So that puts the score at 21-20 with the point after upcoming, and we'll step out and take a quick break as the trainers come out and check on these players.
Every day that we go through this process, from week to week, we figure out what it takes to really build an elite brand. I didn't know this at the time when God began to reveal that name to us, and it takes dedication. And, it takes dedication to get up here, and it's 40 degrees in the morning. You see our staff, they're getting out of their beds, they're leaving their families, and they come in here to serve. It's about serving people, and that always comes with respect. So, when you guys see us out there and you see DR7, DR Sports, understand what's behind the veil. It's not about
4 left in the game. The bootleggers trying to reclaim the lead here with a 2-point try. They'll take the underneath throw, and they're not able to complete it, but there is a flag down, and it's holding on the defense. Coming up on the receiving end of that touchdown, Frederick Moore. He's playing for the Louisiana Bootleggers, and he's come all the way down from St. Louis, Missouri, out of Cardinal Ritter in the class of 2023, a 6'1", 180-pound receiver who also has a 3.3 GPA, Mark.
Well, we got an extensive look at him this weekend, coming from St. Louis, Missouri, to get that exposure. Texas is not a bad place to get your recognition, to get your name on. He's on a few radars now since having a great Saturday in pool play, and he's been playing well this Sunday as well.
So they'll move up 5 yards and retry after the holding penalty, again trying to take the lead over the middle, and it's intercepted. This time it's Team Grind's Jamul Nkuba out of Lake Ridge with the pick.
I'll help you with that one because that was a name that came up. It's Kerbo.
Thank you.
And I had the chance to talk with him. We're talking about a guy that's at Mansfield Lake Ridge, long and athletic, outside linebacker, compact build, a guy that's going to come down and be a thumper, but can also defend the pass. Talked to Coach Danny yesterday. He told him he had to get a pick, and he got it finally.
He definitely did. We're under 9 minutes to go now here in the game. Team Grind still out in front. As how about the arm strength and the completion to Stetson Surratt out of Midlothian.
Had a chance to talk with Surratt yesterday, a guy that can get underneath and get open, as you see in the seams and underneath between the linebackers and safeties. Great hands, and he brings it down for a first down.
So Team Grind, after giving up the touchdown, made the defensive stop as the Bootleggers tried to retake the lead. So they still stand on top here as they take it off the tee from the 20. That one just out past the Bootleggers defender. That was Woods again, and you talked about his speed. It was certainly on display that play.
Well, Woods and Braden Roberson looked like they could be 1, 2, and 100, interchangeable. these guys can sprint with the best of them in the state. As you can see, it's on display here at the kickoff in Texas.
I think Team Grind could definitely put a 4x1, 4x2 relay team together and compete with anyone in the Lone Star State.
I'd take them in a minute.
Under 8 minutes to go now in the game. Team Grind still up by 1.
Braden in motion over here. May go over the middle for a slant.
Across the middle. We do have a flag down. Catch is made, and Mark Henry is a prophet. Touchdown, Team Grind. It's
this
Roberson.
Kid, Red Oak Middle School, you need to get to know him. Get him on your radar. As you can see, he's lightning in a bottle.
You don't often see 8th graders playing up with 18U teams, but it's no secret that this young man is going to be a top talent once he hits the high school ranks.
I had a chance to see him go deep earlier in the day, and this guy is going to be on everybody's radar after this weekend.
1 point try from Team Grind. They lead 27-20. Looking to make it 28. Bobbled and incomplete. Nice
to
defense.
Derek Martin, another guy that can run with these other two guys that we talked about. He can get in and out of his cuts very quick. Almost had it there. Kind of great play by the bootlegger defender on that one to kind of jostle it away from him.
Again, we apologize. We can't see the jersey number from here for the bootlegger who made that defensive stop. As we're right at 6 minutes to go in the contest, 27-20 Team Grind in the lead. Making that defensive play. I saw the number now. That was David Jurdette.
Let's see what Mesa and company do on this one.
Mesa, first down throw. He wants it all. He might have it. As we've got a flag thrown, and I believe that'll be a pass interference on Kadavian Dotson, Mark.
He's got to get his head around on that one. It was a great play by him, but if he just turns his head back to the inside a little bit, they probably don't throw that flag. But, as he was face guarding the receiver, he kind of got in his eye, and then his left hand hit him on the shoulder, and that's why they call pass interference on that one. Not a bad play. Could go either way, but as you look here, as he turn and look, if he turns his head back to the inside, it hits him right in the back of the head.
So a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down will move the Bootleggers offense forward. It's the ball now at the 25. As they're waiting to figure out where the ball is spotted. And because that penalty happened in the end zone, the ball will be spotted at the 1-yard line. So a very costly penalty for Team Grind.
The thing about Dotson on that play is the recovery speed. As you can see, it closed in. The only thing that he didn't do was if he gets his head around, we're not even talking about this. But, the closing speed on that is the receiver had the weight on the ball was great.
And he was there in coverage as well, like Mark said. Just got to turn that head around, and he's in a good position to make a play. And we've got a stoppage down on the field. 27-20 is the score. There's an official timeout down on the field. This has been what it's been built up to be, but looking at the pull play numbers yesterday, one of these teams you might not expect to be in this position. Team Grind White went 4-0. They scored 101 points, allowed just 43, and had a plus 58 point difference. Their opponent here in this game only scored 50 points over 4 games. They went 1-3, allowed 73 points, minus 23 point difference.
Well, that's the reason that he played. You got 5:43 remaining here, and Team Grind's defense has got their backs to the wall. Let's see how they respond here.
Some Grind coaches still asking for clarification on the penalty. And now we've got a stoppage again. Kickoff in Texas here had 48 teams coming from Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and even New York State. DR7 will be back in action next weekend for the Peach Classic in Ruston, Louisiana. I'm looking forward to that, Mark Henry, and I'm also looking forward to whatever seafood we have on Saturday night because I know it is not going to disappoint.
Well, that's going to be the money shot there.
All right, so we are going to go to our instant replay again as Team Grind is challenging whether or not the penalty occurred in the end zone. So you see right there on the screen the shot that we have. And by that first glance, it certainly looks like that penalty occurred in the end zone. So Team Grind challenging the call here. And again, that's the view that we have. And you can see receiver Broussard was in the end zone when that penalty occurred.
Watch for my guy Alex Beard underneath Spice.
Beard lined up to the right side. Instead, they'll go over the top, and that ball overthrown. So we resume play here as the Bootleggers now have a second down upcoming, trailing 27-20.
This is definitely a key moment in the game right here that, the Bootleggers need to punch this in right here because Team Grind seems to be hitting on all cylinders on offense right now.
5 minutes remaining. Mesa on second down, his team trailing by 7. Tries to fit that one in, and it falls incomplete.
Kerbu there, the linebacker from Mansfield Lake Ridge High School, put his long arm out and knocked the ball out from the receiver. A guy that can move, and cover receivers down on the inside. But on Friday nights, he's going to be one of those thumpers for Mansfield Lake Ridge coming into next year.
Dylan Tucker, also out of South Oak Cliff, was in the area. And so that will bring us to a third down. So here's the ball game right here. The Bootleggers trailing by a touchdown and an extra point, needing to get it in the end zone. The ball is spotted at the 1. And we've got a delay of game, so that will put the Bootleggers back 5 yards, and they'll be faced with a third down and goal from the 6 now.
Well, you know what, Spice? Actually, that may not be a bad penalty. That gives the receivers a little more space to work in, including the end zone. So
can't run a QB sneak in 7-on-7.
Absolutely. And, that's the thing that you got to see that these guys can do here. Who gets open? Alex Beard would be my target.
Mesa sends a man in motion to the far side. Here's your ball game. As he looks into the end zone, rifles it, and it falls incomplete. Beard almost came away with it on the deflection, but it's Dylan Turner, and he's fired up. Team Grind gets 2 points for the stop, and they go on top, 29-20.
Again, all weekend, this has been one of the better defensive groups for Team Grind. White, they play together well. They have great communication on the back end, and you got about 3:40 left in the game. 3:40 left in the game to see what the outcome is. Right now, Team Grind's on top. Their offense is getting in sync. Here we go.
Now, this game's not over yet. They have to pick up a first down in order to drain the remaining time off. So we'll see if the Bootleggers defense can give Mesa a chance again. But, yeah, outstanding effort from the linebackers, especially of that Team Grind defense, as we have a catch made again by Roberson. And that one, depending on the spot, out near a first down. Looks like just short. So a third down and short.
Well, they're not going to hold him one-on-one, and you can see the defender was kind of grabbing it as he caught it. This kid, you got to get to know him. I'm telling you right now, when he hits Friday nights, he's going to hit it in a blaze.
He's in the slot to the near side of the formation from our vantage point now.
Don't be surprised if he goes on top, because D. Will is very aggressive on the offensive side.
Third and short. Grind needs to pick it up, and if they do, they'll come up with the win here. And it's intercepted! The Bootleggers come a pick, and they aren't out of it yet.
Great interception. As you can see, the long arm of the law from the defensive side came up and snatched that like you snatched a soul.
Snatched the soul right out of Team Grind. It looked like that was Karan Jean-Louis.
That was a great interception to turn the tide. As you can see here, the quarterback looks left. He goes back, the receiver's covered, and he comes out of nowhere. And great speed and anticipation on the interception by the Bootleggers.
And so that is taken back for a touchdown. So ultimately that kind of proves costly for the Bootleggers. If it's just an interception, they get 3 points in the ball back. They go up top, And that one knocked away. So what we have here is the Bootleggers, if they would have just gotten the interception, they get the ball back and 3 points on top of that. But with the touchdown, they score 6 points, and then they have to go for 2. They're down by 9.
Well, this is a critical part of the game. The time is running as we speak. But on that play, great deflection by Jalen Hampton from Lancaster High School. Get to know him as well. Long arms, great footwork. He has a great back pedal. This kid is going to play on Saturdays from the defensive back position.
29-26 is the score. Team Grind still on top. So Edward Griffin just doesn't need to make a mistake here, and Team Grind will come out as the 18U champions.
1:45 to go here for the championship for all the marbles.
Griffin instead will look long, and we've got a penalty thrown.
Again, they got 2 of the fastest players here this weekend in Woods and also Roberson, and he got deep and he had someone holding him.
You saw the jersey tug there late, as holding will move it up 5 yards. Will repeat first down. Team Grind on top by 3. The Bootleggers need to come up with an interception. And that's all she wrote. Team Grind coming out on top. They come back and win it in the 18U championship over the Bootleggers 29-26 as Texas comes out on top over the Boot in what was a hard-fought battle between 2 of the top programs in 7-on-7 football. A great game, great finish to the weekend, Mark Henry, here at Kickoff in Texas.
The kickoff in Texas was fabulous. We had a lot of competition at all levels. Shout out to the 903 Elite at 12U. Also, Texas Epic in the 15U. The 14U, you had the Louisiana Bootleggers Southwest. And then Team Grind, who was the favorite all weekend, comes out on top with a slim margin with a 3-point win over a great Bootlegger team. This was what you wanted to see. You got a lot of prospects here at the high school ranks that you'll see play on Saturdays, and some that are going to be budding superstars on Friday nights coming this fall.
Team Grind White does not lose all weekend. They are your Kickoff in Texas 18U champions. For Ben Spicer, or for Mark Henry, I'm Mark Henry, I guess now. For Mark Henry, I'm Ben Spicer saying thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another broadcast of 7v7 football here on the DR Sports website. We'll see you next weekend.